What's up, guys? It's me, Norlo Bomber. Today we have a very special video. I'm joined today with...
Oh, you want us to do earlier?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, KHCentral here, back with, how do you say your name? How do you pronounce your name?
Noir.
Noir Lil Bomber. There you go. I'm here with your boy, Noir Lil Bomber, doing a little video. What's up? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I guess I can go next. How's it going, Animates? My name is Biax. And, I personally want to thank Noir Little Bomber for actually having me. I can't wait to discuss more about what we're going to talk about today.
And I'm VoltEdittz 2.0. How's it going?
Zeltodovitz.
Hey guys, I'm Bio-Roxas.
Well, thanks for being here, guys.
That was a nice intro.
Yes.
It felt kind of awkward.
The whole thing felt awkward. But
I had that effect on people.
Just edit it down, you'll be good.
Today we are going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind, with it coming right around the corner, and we're going to be talking about a few different things. So first thing I want to talk about we're going to be talking about is the secret episode to Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind.
Oh, man.
Any takes?
Based off that, what we got, I really don't know, to be honest.
Actually, just writing.
I don't even have a clue.
Are we talking about the secret ending?
Yeah. So, Nomura did a whole thing about it in the Ultimania, saying that it wasn't Shibuya, but it is at the same time. It's like a faux Shibuya or something.
It's not the same Shibuya that we're familiar with The World Ends With You.
It's a faux Shibuya.
Have you guys played The World Ends With You before?
No,
I haven't. I
didn't even know it existed until Dream Drop Distance.
I'm a scrub.
The way I understood it, each game that takes place, so he's in three or four different games. Each one is a different version of Shibuya, right? Mm-hmm. So each game master controls their own theater or version of Shibuya. So I think that's what Nomura is talking about. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's another version of Shibuya in that universe.
Shout out to my master game theory.
Oh,
we might, yeah.
That time travel video they posted about that was so crap.
Yeah.
But I think for the secret episode, I think it either is going to be an extended version of that, just adding a couple more scenes to that secret ending, or something else, I guess, revolving around Union Cross, because they have that Keyblade War event going on right now, and that game is essential to the starting of the next saga of Kingdom Hearts. So maybe something's going to be tied to that, since that's going on right now too. I think that might be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, and honestly for me, and I'm actually going to make a video about this soon, it's my own concept of how the secret episode will play out, because I think it's just going to be centered around Sora finding Kairi after he leaves using the power of waking. And, I don't want to say too much, but a certain master is the final boss. So technically the super secret boss of Kingdom Hearts 3, it will be the master.
I get you. I want to know. I just want them to explain what's going on with the Shibuya thing somewhat, if they can just do that. At least with the Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix Secret Ending, we had some idea of what was going on, because I guess you could infer based on the environment. There's this is some World Ends With You, not World Ends With You, Where the Never Was, Traverse Town kind of stuff. But with this secret ending, I'm completely freaking blank.
Yeah,
it's crazy, and it's also taking place in the world of Varium Rex too. That's the other thing we have to.
Yeah, that's how Riku. Yeah, that's how Riku got in Viren Rex, right? Wasn't it? That's in the Ultimania.
I don't
think anything was said about that in the Ultimania. I think they're keeping that pretty well hidden.
It's very, very, I think, cryptic on purpose because they want to. I think they may be teasing that this next saga is going to be very different. I think they
obviously, okay, guys. Obviously,
it's
Sora's
Kingdom Hearts.
The real
Always
world
confusing.
Shibuya. It's the real world Shibuya. This is Nomura's way of introducing live-action remakes. Obviously.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
From 2015 Beauty and the Beast, I would. Oh.
But I wouldn't mind exploring Tim Burton's Wonderland, though. I wouldn't mind it.
That would
live
be
action Lion
fucking
King.
Neat.
Oh God.
I don't even want to know.
I mean,
Dude, we get Seth Rogen?
Nah.
I think it'd look good on the PS5, but I mean,
hey,
that would be. I saw like some clips of it for like the DVD release, and it looks so bad. The animation is absolutely terrible.
Right.
And yet it's the #1 most grossing animated film of all time.
Yeah.
For you guys, how about that?
Yeah, I can't believe
How about
that.
them apples?
Yeah, but with this secret episode, I think it's going to be focusing on Yuzora. I think, in my personal opinion, because we all know that the secret ending, like, it was like confusing. Like, we didn't even know what was going on. So I personally believe that, like, when we, I think we're gonna fight Yuzora as the secret boss, and like once the secret boss is like over and like Kingdom Hearts 3 is like donezo, then I think the secret episode will somewhat introduce or reintroduce Yuzora in a very professional way. Like, I don't know specifically, but back to what KHCentral said, I liked his perspective better instead of introducing Yuzora, because I think one of my friends told me that they wanted the next game to be about Yuzora, since we know nothing about him, which I think that's the greatest idea I've ever heard. And I think the secret episode should focus on Sora saving Kairi. That way, like, after that happens and then we see Sora disappears, then we can focus on Yuzora from there. I think that's the best way to go with.
Yeah, I do agree. I think they really want to start building up this next saga and kind of start teasing a lot more towards that. The first trailer with Luxu, aka Braig, and Luxord obviously teasing towards that. So I think that's going to be their main focus for this. Unless Yuzora has like a big thing to do, not Yuzora, Varium Rex has a big thing to do with the next saga. I guess that will we be saying.
Yeah, I mean, I heard something from HMK during one of his live streams. That's actually an idea I can stand by. I don't know if I want this to be the next game, but basically he said there would be a Varium Rex game to show Yuzora, and then the other characters that we saw in the Toy Box trailer. We would be introduced to all of them, and then they all die except for Yuzora, so that when Sora is done with his business in Shibuya, Yuzora will be like, hey, since all my friends are dead, mind if I join you? And he's like, sure, join the gang.
Okay. That would be be such a shell shock.
Yeah, that'd be something. That would be something.
This next saga is gonna be freaking wild.
It is.
I think it's gonna be wild because we don't know anything that could happen.
Yeah,
we're blind for like the first time in a decade.
Yeah, right.
That's a number title secret endings work, though. That's honestly how they do. Like the first secret ending, it leaves you baffled, and then the second one leaves you kind of more context, but still leaves you somehow even more baffled.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and then we all got disappointed when we heard it was a freaking PSP game. that was like the day my 9-year-old heart got crushed.
Oh man,
been there.
And because I didn't have a PSP, so I couldn't play it.
Same here. I just had a TV with no cable and nothing. I didn't even have
low key. I was kind of a rich kid.
Well,
I literally
flex on him.
I literally got the PSP for Birth by Sleep, and that's it.
That's it.
Oh my I didn't buy I had a PS2 until 2009, and that's the only console I had for the longest while. So
Oh,
I
God.
eventually bought an Xbox 360 with Halo 3 for my 10th birthday, and that was amazing.
Fucking Halo was amazing.
Nice.
But
Nice.
anyway, let's move
Yeah,
on
off
to
topic.
the next topic. That is going to be refighting the Organization 13. So not only with the what the fans dub the Phantom version that we're apparently going to fight in Scala, where it's going to be like the new data org, we're also going to be talking about fighting them again in those Keyblade graveyard battles with like Roxas, Axel, and Xion versus Syax, stuff like that.
That was my biggest disappointment with Kingdom Hearts 3, because it was, you fight them, all of them in like a one-shot thing, you get a 2-minute cutscene with them, and that's it. And I'm like, that's it. After all these years of build-up, that's all we get for these characters. It just really disappointed me. And looking at the trailers, pretty much every scene in those trailers take place in the Keyblade graveyard or in Scala Caelum. So I think the ending is going to be humongously expanded for this thing. I've always thought and had this theory that Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind is pretty much the fully realized version of what Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to be, because
The
they
Kingdom
wanted
Hearts 3 for the fans.
Yeah, Nomura, he wanted to probably include all this stuff in the ending at first, and just kind of have a big finale when the game was first put out. But the development, was taking so long, and Square Enix was like, okay, let's just cap it at this and try to get this thing out already. So they just like, okay, they severely cut down the ending, and this ReMind thing is going to include everything else that they wanted to do, because there's so many plot holes in the original ending, like what the heck happened to Demix, aka the Master of Masters. Wink, wink.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing that here.
Yes, we are, because it's true.
Where's the proof?
Yeah, and who is Lux Sword? We're definitely going to get the answer to that.
You mean
based on the trailer.
Luke Serd.
Lux-
Yes. Luke Serd.
Luke
I'm pretty sure,
Serd.
did they show that Demix was with Ansem the Wise?
No.
But
actually.
when the Keyblade graveyard ending came around, he just kind of disappeared, and no one knows what happened to him. So he just kind of
Yeah,
went from there.
Demix's last bit of screen time was when he delivered the vessel to
Yeah.
Enzo.
Yeah,
Um,
and showed up with Ansem
and-
the Wise, right? So is I just assumed that they kind of teamed up and were.
If
No, I
everyone
think he
else
was
in
just
the
there to drop
organization
off the
was-
vessel.
No,
Everyone else in the
Demix was doing the easiest job possible, and he bounced.
but everyone else was fightable in the ending except him. So what's up with that?
And
Wait,
Evan.
so
and
Yeah.
Evan.
Demix,
Evan,
Demix
yeah,
shows
that's
up
true.
and drops off the body, and then he disappears, and then Ansem the Wise comes back.
I just
the same portal.
So he shows up, brings the vessel, kind of talks to Ienzo a little bit. Then he's like, ta-da! And then Ansem the Wise comes to the portal.
Okay.
And then he's like, can we get back to business about Roxas? And then that's it for Demix by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. So
That's when Demix's
right.
time ended.
yeah.
Which was
he's
so
such-
weird.
He's
was
such
so
a
weird,
forgettable
man.
character that I just forgot about all that until long after I finished, I just realized, wait, Demix wasn't in the final battle. What's up with that? So,
I think it's wild that Zemnis brings
Neither
up
was
that
Vexen,
Demix and
right?
Luke
'Cause they were
Serd
both
are.
both
yeah.
of them were like, what did they call them? They weren't bench warmers, but they were like,
they're reserved members or bench warmers.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
benched. Yeah.
And I'm really interested in Lux Sword though, because based on that first trailer, we're definitely gonna get some hints onto who his actual somebody is, and I think there's a big reveal for that as well. And we did get to fight him, but I was really interested to see if we would get a reveal of who he was, but we didn't. And I think-
Watch him show up in Union Cross before you.
That's
put
no,
him into the
that's
line.
exactly-
No, watch Luke Serd be the nobody of one of the vessels that Lucius stole.
No,
during the-
there was a theory going around. I even made a video on this that Lux Sword is actually the player character that you play
I've
as
seen that.
in
I've seen
Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, because Lu Door with Lux Sword with a Lu Door means to play, and since everything's kind of connected back to Union Cross, I think that's maybe what's going on there.
It makes it seem like Nomura's been planning this since 2005.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, have you guys
Nomura
seen the
is God,
first,
and don't question him.
Have you guys seen the first trailer for Kingdom Hearts 1? Where, like, Sora literally like disappears at the end.
There was, I
It's
think,
like
a lot
one
of
of the
stuff
first.
changed. A lot of stuff changed in between the release of that game. It was,
What, Kingdom Hearts 1?
yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Gotcha.
Like he was supposed to have a chainsaw. At
That's
first.
like
I'm
that's
talking
early
about the
concept.
actual,
That's
like-
early
Yeah.
concept.
That's
Yeah,
concept. I mean, like
but
the
it was
actual
just-
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first beta trailer, it ended with the words, "That's right, Sora. Your body, your soul, your whole existence, they're all going to disappear."
Yeah.
So freaking
Right.
Nomura planted hints 20 years before Kingdom Hearts 3.
Nomura eventually wanted to get to that part. He was like,
Right.
We're gonna keep that. We're gonna save it. We're gonna put a pin in it.
He is
Sora will die.
omnipresent. Like everyone else does. Sora dies just like everyone else does. So,
Sora
Unless he's-
dies, another Roxas is born.
oh my
Oh
god,
god.
there would be no reason to though.
Yazora.
Oh, theory.
No, actually, I'm just thinking right now. Is that a theory?
Is that a game theory?
Yeah. What?
Did somebody say game theory?
Matt Pat just
Game
pops
theory.
up saying, "Did
So-
someone say fucking game?"
So what about those team attacks we saw in the last trailer? What do you guys think about that?
Oh, that's gonna be
Ventus,
Not nice.
rail sliding on ice,
yeah.
lit.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Whoop,
Yep.
It actually is the last attack of that is the finisher for one of his command styles in Birth by Sleep. Actually, what's the one where he rides on the Keyblade?
Sky Climber? Sky Climber?
Sky Climber. Yep. So he does the same animation at the end where he like dives down.
Wow.
But
That's
Oh.
interesting.
This DLC is gonna be freaking
So
wild, man.
so right now there's confirmed to be rematches at the Keyblade Graveyard with Zigbar and Dark Riku and you'll be playing as Riku with Sora, and then there's Terra Xehanort and Vanitas, and you're playing as Aqua and Ven, and then of course you're fighting Sayax with Roxas, Axel, and Shion. What would the combination with Sora and Riku be?
I just don't
You think
know.
it'd be a remake of their KHCentral limit?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to me personally, and this was my opinion, I thought that wasn't really necessary for Riku to be playable to fight them again. Honestly, like I really don't see the point of doing that. Honestly,
Nomura will give you a point.
Exactly.
I don't know.
In Nomura we trust.
But I just want to know: are we going to fight as Lingering Will? That's my question.
I think
That
so.
last trailer's hinting towards something.
Yeah, that trailer hinted. Look,
I'm about
the
to say it suggested something.
Dude, it looked like the camera was about to pan behind him, and we were about to do something.
Oh my god.
I was so ready to see some Lingering Will playable action. I was so ready to
Yeah.
see that.
I think a lot of the stuff in this DLC is gonna be a surprise. Like he's gonna just drop so many things that we didn't expect to happen that just aren't announced beforehand. It's like, hey, you
Right.
have to do this.
Yeah, it seems Nomura has learned his mistake of showing way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now he's showing nothing.
Exactly.
yeah. I mean,
Fan-
people wanted more.
Fans complain that there's never enough. Then fans complain that there's too much.
So now
They're
you get
showing too
nothing.
much.
How about that?
Now you get nothing.
And the fans will complain that we're getting nothing.
This is what you get for Smash. Spamming Sora for Smash.
So,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, like what was with that?
So, what do you guys think about the data orgs and Scala? Apparently, like, how do you think that whole situation will play out? Do you think when we go to that area on Scala Caelum, do you think like another area will open up that we can just go to like a Cavern of Remembrance style thing?
I think
Maybe
it'd
in the
be
Keyblade
cool.
graveyard.
I think it'd be cool if they had like graves in the actual Keyblade graveyard from each like fighter.
I think that.
Yeah, that would be
I think
cool.
the Keyblades themselves are kind of.
I'm about to say the Keyblades
True.
kind of serve as their graves.
Yeah, that's
True,
kind of the
but-
point.
If I can
Um,
find it.
Yeah. If looking at the trailer, you know, the fight with Braig or Lushu, whatever.
Yeah,
you can-
we don't even know what to call him anymore.
I don't either. I don't either.
Dude's been Lushu for 5 seconds. I'm calling him
He's-
Zigbar.
He is X Big Jar. That's my name for him. X Big Jar. Yeah. But if you look at that scene, I know there's like different like backgrounds in like the fight with him, but there's like a different kind of background with him in there. So maybe that's suggesting that's a data battle. Who knows? But you know, that's just kind of what I noticed.
Yeah, but my fault. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was saying, like, I think the data battles. What if it's like one of the portal things? Because remember in Kingdom Hearts 2, where we used to go to like each world, and then like there used to be like one of the like thingies, the signs or whatnot. And
absent silhouettes.
Yeah. What if that's how we get into the data battles?
Then they'd probably be located in like different areas and different worlds, so we'd have to find them ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So Larkstein will obviously be in her ice labyrinth.
I had to take this from the YouTube video because I couldn't find the actual part. But I'm gonna send this over on. So do you guys remember this part in the Union Cross game? I can't find a zoomed out version of it, but when you fight the Org 13 the Union Cross event, do you guys?
I don't.
Crap. Yo.
There's these 13 doors in Daybreak Town, or which we now know is below Scala at Caelum.
I'm dead.
So if they do open up Scala at Caelum, I think this is gonna be.
Got it. The secret area in Scala is we have to dive into the water and swim into the Daybreak Town castle.
Wow.
Bio, you freaking madman.
Namora, FBI, open up.
Oh wow. Dang, for real, bro. If this happens,
Let me introduce myself.
Oh
my god.
So one thing I'm a little bit worried about is, are we going to be able to do the triple Xehanort fight again, and are we going to be able to play as Mickey against like Marluxia and Larkstein? Are we going to be able to do that again?
I would think so. If they're, unless it's like a single line that we're fighting, so it's only like the Riku and Sora fight that we get to fight as, and then not get to go over to Mickey, and then only the. No, because they showed off the Sea Salt Trio and the.
Yeah, they did.
Wayfinder. So I would assume we'd be able to play as him.
So what's Sora and Mickey's team attack like?
Oh.
It's probably gonna be the same as Aqua's, more likely.
I would guess something similar to the group attack that Riku and Mickey would do in Chain of Memories if you got an attack card in 2 Mickey cards.
What about? Yeah, I was thinking that too, because Ventus and Mickey have that
did
team
the same
attack.
thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like they'd follow Ventus and Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe all the people in the ending are going to be playable, because we didn't know that. I think Shion's playable, right? That was revealed.
I don't think so.
Was it?
Always no, or not? I think it
Oh,
was.
I don't
It's not revealed, but I think it's likely.
We know Roxas is playable. Happy about that.
Yeah.
I think every Guardian we see in the Keyblade graveyard will be playable.
Except for Kairi.
Oh yeah, except for her.
Unfortunately.
Rip.
Ripperoni.
Yeah. But there is one thing I want to talk about within that trailer. Like, I questioned this, and like me and Stacey, we talked about it. Are there multiple timelines? Because like the ending where it talked about. I don't know. Like, it says it's bad enough if either of Terra or either of the team gets hurt, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't know if I have the brain capacity to deal with this question right now.
Like, I don't even.
If there's split timelines, I'm gonna be like, I'm a head out.
I'm actually be pretty mad if there's split timelines.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, Zelda, how are you gonna do this now?
Yeah, because that goes with the theory of Sora being the Master of Masters. Apparently, that's been floating around.
Oh my god.
That I actually like that. I like that more than Demix being the Master of Masters.
Demix is funnier, but I guess Sora's more realistic.
Yes.
I don't know. This ending is going to be heavily fleshed out in this thing, and there's going to be so many more aspects to it that we just don't even know, and we're about to get our minds collectively blown by Nomura's superior IQ. So,
Again.
Right.
So,
again.
so one thing I want to ask about that isn't on the original lineup for us to talk about is Oathkeeper and Oblivion. Like I know everyone's happy that those are back. Do you guys think that's going to be like the equivalent of Keyblades that outrank the Ultimate Weapon in one stat or another?
Aren't they the Keyblades are like available by download? Like they'll just be like their own download things.
Yeah, they'll be part of a free update, but still.
Yeah, they'll be part of a free update, but I think they'll be like included in the game. So I think when you save Riku against Aqua, I think that's when you unlock Oblivion. And then when you have that time together with Kairi right before the Keyblade Graveyard, I think that's when you'll like get.
But you know that's like cutscene to cutscene. It's all one big cutscene. So you just get 2 Keyblades.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I mean, between between you saving Riku and meeting with Kairi, all you do is fight Aqua and then fight Vanitas as Aqua, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting Oathkeeper after Kairi saves everyone. Yeah, that makes sense.
That could be something.
But then we get Starlight like 10 seconds after. So
or it could happen like after a cutscene, because like originally in the main story of Kingdom Hearts, we got like the Starlight Keyblade after the cutscene with Ephemera and all of them, if I'm assuming. So maybe they'll do it like that. Maybe that's how we'll get the Keyblade after a cutscene or something.
I actually got the Starlight from Union Cross, so.
Yeah, me too. If you finish the Proof of Promise and the Proof of... Oh, what's the one
Times
for
Past.
beating
Times
Critical?
Past. Proof of Times Past.
Yeah. I know I'm like almost positive those will give it to you like Starlight if you had the download code. But I feel like they'll also try to add it in like somewhere in the game. Just like they did with Starlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but what do you guys think its stats will be? Because I know typically there's a Keyblade, like there will be a Keyblade that's better than the Ultimate Weapon in terms of strength, and then a Keyblade that's better than the Ultimate Weapon in terms of magic. So do you think that Oathkeeper will be like the magic heavy Keyblade, and then Oblivion will be the strength heavy Keyblade?
probably.
I would like it to be balanced. Maybe it's going to be balanced in some sort of way.
Oathkeeper better have like a form change extender ability on it.
Speaking of form change, what kind of forms are those Keyblades gonna freaking have? Because dark form.
Oh god.
Because dark form apparently leads into something else.
Oh yeah, that was I found that.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm assuming dark form and light form will. I don't know. A lot of people want it for like final form. I doubt they would do that though.
So, I know. I saw one person was like, "What if the form extender is Sora just dual wields Oathkeeper and Oblivion?"
Yeah.
That wouldn't be possible though.
Yeah, true.
Unless there's another person inside Sora's heart.
Ephemer.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about
so
that.
with the secret report, Ansem's research was only like when he found Sora, right? So he found Sora like in Chain of Memories and documented the hearts he found inside of him. It doesn't say anything about after that point. Like he could have stored Skuld's heart or something.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Wait, where they've been hanging out all this time then?
Anthony the Wise's research about Sora came from while he was sleeping, like during 3 fight after Chain of Memories. So I guess you might be able to pass Shion's heart being inside him, but Roxas wouldn't have been included in that, would it?
No.
Yeah, no. So Kingdom Hearts 2...
that would have been the last entry. That would probably been Anson the Wise's last entry into the data.
Yeah.
Thought I had a theory.
So, but it doesn't cover anything after Kingdom Hearts 2 when he awakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's possible he stored something else in there, because we'd see that he stored his data inside of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I had like one question as well. Like, thanks to the Kingdom Hearts Year Cross update. Now, when the Masters was talking about Keyblade Wars, there was other Keyblade Wars in the past. So, like his time. And then he said something about, this will he said something about the dandelions getting out the data. So what if, and I'm actually going to make a theory video on this, what if that actually explains why the dandelions has ended up in the current timeline of Kingdom Hearts specifically? Because when the Masters, like, I felt like it was a hint to me. Like, the Masters, he said specifically that, oh, it's going to be a hard time for them getting back into the real world of, Daybreak Town, which I assume, like, Daybreak Town is now Scala at Caelum now. Like, I don't know. But, like, if that's actually the hint of how they ended up in the current timeline, because they said it's going to be difficult for them to manage to get back to Daybreak Town. And, they could end up, someplace else and all that. Like, I think that's hinted in some sort of way, because I had to double check myself, because I, like, read it thoroughly, and I was like, what if this actually answers of how they ended up in the current timeline of Kingdom Hearts?
So, honestly, I am just, like, baffled about the whole thing, and I said I wasn't going to make a theory video about it until, like, all 4 story updates come out, so that I have all the information that I can from that. But with the Master saying that there's been a Keyblade war since he was a kid, even though he invented Keyblades after researching the Keyblade enough, I think what he means is that there's always been a sort of struggle or battle between light and darkness since, the dawn of time. One has always been trying to, take dominance over the other. So that's equivalent to a Keyblade war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. That's a good point. Because, like, I question, be like, so there were multiple Keyblade wars at times. So I think the most interesting part in that update, honestly, is when he said, it's about time we stop this war from happening. And I was like, wait, what? Because apparently the wars has been going on from ages and ages, even before his time. And I was like, wait, what the hell? Really? Like, I was just like, bro, hold up. What? I had to process that, like, for days. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I think that was, like, a huge lore drop. Big drop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, last thing on this lineup is, will the addition to Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind make Kingdom Hearts 3 as a whole better than Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix?
Not that hard.
What?
It depends. I don't think so.
Well, so I
studied
studied psychology in undergrad, and I'm in a master's program for counseling, which is like, yeah. No, just to kind of like give some weight to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so there's a huge, like, nostalgia plays a huge factor in how people process and like, what's the word? Rate stuff. And so every time you think back to something, you're reframing that. So every time you look at a memory, like, you're doing subtle reframes. And so I think the, like, appeal of Kingdom Hearts 2 comes a lot from just, like, looking back at it. But that's just my opinion.
I just think the gameplay in that was just perfectly set. Like, they couldn't have got it any better than that. And Kingdom Hearts 3, it was great. It was very similar to Kingdom Hearts 2, which I like, but I just think that there was just some, like, little problems I had with it, with, like, some floatiness here and there, and some problems I had with, like, the extra features, like attraction flow and stuff like that. I had some problems with that, but overall it was a really fun thing. But nothing, I think, will at least top in my mind. I guess it's part of the nostalgia thing. Kingdom Hearts 2. It's part of the god.
He's like, damn it, he's right.
Yeah, but it's true. But it's true. I think that it would be really hard for them, I think, to top to Final Mix. Just with what they have with Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix kind of up there in the god. It's right there in the god tier right there with him. So I just think that it won't be better than Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, but I think it's going to be pretty freaking good. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind is essentially Final Mix. That's what, I don't know why they're not calling it that. I mean, he doesn't want to call that stuff like Final
They're
Mix
saving
anymore.
it for the definitive edition. That's what they're saving.
I guess, but
I
just
think
think this is since this is such like an ultimate edition, and just adding everything else in they wanted to originally, that's essentially what a final mix is. So I think they should just call it that. I know he didn't like the name final mix anymore, but just do it.
I think he called it ReMind because like there's obviously story stuff that is missing, and he wanted to add it in the game. So if all the story was in the original game, and basically all the boss battles and everything was added, then yeah, it will be. I think he would consider calling it final mix. But I think the main reason why he called it Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind was because there are some missing story elements in the game.
I guess. Yeah,
but story elements have always been added into
that's what I was saying. Like final mixes are always in a just kind of big story updates.
Only to an extent though, because with Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep final mix, like Birth by Sleep had like a secret episode, but then that was it. And Kingdom Hearts 2 had some cutscenes like laid throughout the game, but it wasn't anything like 3 different playable scenarios that have its own story.
I just think it's very much in line with what a final mix would be. So I just would want them to call it that just for traditional sake. That's just me.
Yeah.
At least for this saga.
Yeah.
Watch ReMind be the name of the secret episode.
Watch it just cut like dropping saying, "Hey, this is actually final mix." Trolled you. Trolled you yet again.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
But with how many bosses they're going to be adding in this thing and all the new story that's going to be added to it, it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. But with what the base game has got right now, because it's still not as good as Kingdom Hearts 2 in my opinion, I don't think it'll be as good as 2 Final Mix.
That's if they take their time with Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind.
I mean, they have. They've been developing this thing for almost a year.
Yeah, Nomura did say he wanted it out ASAP, so it's not like he's going to waste any time pushing it out.
I think they said they started like right after they finished 3 back in November of last year.
Yeah.
So they've been developing this thing for almost over a year.
So yeah, it's been pretty much a year, and
somehow
we still don't have a freaking release date
or an English trailer for ReMind.
And that's why I think this thing's gonna be just the ultimate update. It's going to be so everything that they wanted to put in it at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just kind of hope that the pessimistic Kingdom Hearts 3 players they see ReMind and kind of change their minds about it.
Yeah,
I don't know that's going to happen, but
no.
Someone has to be an optimist.
Look, all the people are going to be like, this should have been in the main game from the get-go.
And I can hear it already.
But then I'd say, well, you already have Kingdom Hearts 3. Would you have liked to played it this November instead of this January? Would you have liked to waited more? Sorry.
And they'll say yeah, like they've been saying for the last.
But then, and then when Kingdom Hearts 4 didn't come out for a while, they'd be like, "Where's Kingdom Hearts 4?" And then I'm like,
"We've been waiting for 6 years for Kingdom Hearts 4."
You can't win with these people. You really can't.
I mean. That's a whole different complicated situation right there.
Yeah.
We hopped 2 console generations for this game.
Exactly.
You really did.
I didn't buy I never bought a PS3 except for 2.5. That was it.
Yeah. I got a PS3 with Kingdom Hearts 1.5 at 2.5, honestly. Well, not 1.5 plus 2.5. That's not even the PS3.
Yeah, well, technically the collector's edition was that because it came with both.
Actually, so when I bought a PS3, the day after, they announced 1.5 plus 2.5.
Well,
wow.
They were looking out for you.
That was insane.
They're looking at, I've been looking out for my homeboy right here. Let's give him this.
All right, guys, but with that said, that's going to do it. I want to thank everyone for joining us and for this video. So I want to thank Biax, PlayStation, KHCentral, and Bio-Roxas for joining this call for this video. I want to thank you guys so much.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Dope.
Awesome.
I had like a really long
Popped personalities.
So,
yeah. Glad to join you, man.
And with that being
me
said, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all of our Discords in the description below. Check out all of our channels. This has been Noir Low Bomber, Biax, PlayStation, KHCentral, and Bio-Roxas, and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.